Okay, so we're starting this one straight in the action. Furious and Clamager have run into three, French armored heavy cruisers. Sorry, not armored cruisers. We already sunk the armored cruisers in the last war. But it's the torp spammy ones that we hate. Because I know her layout won't even survive, like her armor scheme and stuff won't survive any hits, I'm gonna send Clamager on its way, and we're leaving it all up to Furious. What's the range on our guns? AP is 20 kilometers, so Furious is still running Mark 1s annoyingly. I do need to refit her to upgrade her, but I just haven't had the chance yet, to upgrade her. She's in a long list of need to upgrade but haven't been able to upgrade yet ships. Right, I'm going to have Furious do a 360. 180, sorry. Not 360. Now it's doing the thing again where it's only firing if all guns are to bear. Like, I think that's a stupid thing to have, only allowed to fire if all guns are to bear on target that you're trying to fire at. No. They're getting good hits. You saw nothing. And worst case, I got the backup, save for the year, if that didn't work out. Yeah, it's almost as if Furious's guns aren't really that accurate right now because of, well, them being Mark 1 guns and its long range and stuff. Oh, I remember but some of my screenshots are of the original Pedro Alvarez. Some of my Steam screenshots are of Alvarez. Alvarez. Okay. Right, detach the two of you. Yeah, both of you just run. Furious, I know you can go faster in the run, so you go faster in the run. You're both set to aggressive fire. Change an avoider off. Clemenceau, Clemenceau, not Clamago, like I was saying. Clemenceau, sorry. Sorry, Frenchmen, I've been mispronouncing the shit the entire time. Clemenceau here doesn't actually have Mark II guns. So, on our rebuild list is Clemenceau and Furious. We did the Macaws just before the war. Sofreno, I think, is just finished. We got the Victory that needs to be... We got quite a lot of ships that need their respective rebuilds done. How far do your guns reach out? 16 kilometers. So in theory, we outrange the French ships. In guns, which is good. But we're running with one ship that one ship that has... I think both of these ships have too old of technology on them, to be honest, to actually feasibly survive this fight. Like Clemenceau and Furious do have on their side, though, the fact that they are faster capital ships. They can more easily run from this. Now you're probably wondering, why have I not renamed Solferino, Clemenceau, or any other captured enemy ships we have like Thurchov? Well, I'm going off the superstition of, if you rename a ship, well, I don't really need to go through with that suspicion, really. I could just at free will rename it, and I think I'm going to rename them. I might need the Furious to come back around. Just in case Clemenceau can't get it. As Furious could assuredly get away now. It's Clemenceau I'm worried about. Find it funny though that these battle cruisers are supposed to kill cruisers like the French ones here, but we're running away from them. Then again, I know those cruisers, I know their particular history when it comes to relation to my forces. Right, Furious. Make turns to keep out of their gun range. Well, I guess keeping them in yours, which is to an extent working. There. We got out. We got out. That's gonna go through. I don't think that invasion's gonna go through, so I'm gonna move, because those 45,000 ton combined heavy cruisers there are definitely going to cause problems with that invasion trying to go through. I do have a destroyer I could bring there, but I'm probably going to send the Galois, actually. That's a ship I can send. We're getting new battleship hulls this turn. We can do larger heavy cruisers. Get Mark III 13s, which is going to be good for a few of my ships in 2 turns. So who's next on the refit list? We did you. Clemenceau, I might want to, but I'm going to see how we can refit the Victory and Impero. as, or at least how we can refit the victory, as the victory is in a state of she's got upgrades that can be done to her that are good. She includes new engines. We balance out our boilers. Yeah, you're gonna lose your centerline gun there. What's the triple turret look like? Oh, it's like the British Nelson style looking turrets. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade the victory with them. Coincidence, TNT4, Cordite free. Still no like semi-auto loading or stuff like that. Yeah. Hold on a second. Can fit you with a Hold on, we can rebuild you even more. My god. Swap out your main tower for one of these ones. Have to be more forward, and stuff is going to have to be removed more, but we can do it. We can do it, and so I am going to do it. We're making this a full-on rebuild now. A lot more full-on than I was initially planning. have you there, we could still have that stern turret rotate. This ship is going to be very, very very efficient on the engines. Yeah, with those two funnels like that, very efficient. Oh, I didn't even give you AON. I think if I'm fully redoing Victory's stuff, it is high time to get rid of the casement guns. And I'm going to tear out the 6-inch as well then, I guess. 6-inch and put 5-inch in. Make this ship more uniform with the rest of the fleet. Like, yeah, the Victory is essentially unrecognized. No, I'm going to keep the twin 12s. Just because keeping the twins, I still think makes more sense, to be honest, than keeping the twins makes it cheaper in the end. So yeah. The Victory has been given a new lease of life. Like, this is sort of the period of massive rebuildings to our ships, like what we've done with the Victory here. Like, Victory, I think, is one of those cases of a pre-Dreadnought that we have that I think can, in the right circumstances, last us to the end of the game. Next up, we have what is probably going to be a similar rebuild. That will also be conducted as soon as this ship gets back into port. And that is the Impero. Which, everything but the forward barbette and main guns is going. Oh, before I do anything else though, I want to upgrade the mark of the 5-inch guns. Are we able to fit a barbette? No, we ain't able to do that, so you roughly there. Twin set of 5s there. Now I don't need that one there to keep the absolutely broken French funnels that is going to make this thing an efficiency beast. Now let's give some positions that aren't actually going to get covered in the smoke from the smokestack. Yep, and then that's the secondary armament a little more streamlined as well. There's no main gun armament that upgrades needing to be done. You're being brought up to 22 knots whether you like it or not. Just purely because you've been slowing down the fleet forever. You're still going to be slowing down the fleet in cases where we actually upgrade their speed from 22 knots, but for now case we've now actually made Impero up to the rough speed of the slow fleet. The slower side of the fleet, sorry. Then here comes our problem. Weight. The weight of all this is too great. For the ship just in its current state. if I do an all triple layout, sorry, and not all, and no to the quad turret, all triple layout, get rid of that stern mount again. It helps, but okay, I might have to go a slightly smaller main tower. And then just go with one of these like rebuild rangefinder towers. That's done it. So it's not as extensive. It's somewhat as extensive, somewhat not as extensive as what I did with Victory. Impero does lose X turret and has one less gun for stern firing, but total has an extra main gun. Hey Avocado, we've just finished refitting the first Dreadnought for her second, I think this is her second refit. It's either her second or her third refit. And she has just received the Macau treatment. She's been given completely rebuilt superstructure. Basically the only thing that's the same other than the actual hull itself is the forward barbette. We also did it with the Victory, which you didn't see the Victory, Avocado, so I'm going to quickly show you what I did with the Victory. Pretty much did the same with the Victory here. Victory had her superstructure stripped, her casement guns removed, her entire upper works was redone, but she kept her main guns in the same layout, same everything, just updated in mark. And she kept the forward superimposed secondary gun, although that was down calibered. But that, I say, is a good amount of refit done to two of the oldest yet and still most reliable ships we have. And it's especially an upgrade compared to their older layouting as well. So they're ready for when so yeah, that's where Galloway ended up. Into December we go with Galloway coming out. But yeah. I'm sort of in the point as well where I do want to, with my ships, start seriously considering modernizations. with 99% of them. So my plan is here, Comoros, then move up, take Yemen, potentially. We're going to lose Angola, most likely. We've lost Portuguese Guiana, which isn't good, but I don't know what else we can do without actually physically sending my ships into a fight right now. I'm going to send the Galois to Porto. Galois is going to have to act as sort of please don't blockade us right now force. We're about to lose Ukraine again. Well, it's not again for Ukraine, but we're about to lose Ukraine, and it's another province of ours that we've lost in recent time. So they've got a fleet there that's probably now going to come up this way. At least my 2 battle cruisers aren't having troubles. Yep, they're going after Kiacha Bay now. Oh, great. Right, we got the 2 death traps being built, 10 and 13 months away each. Do I want to do 2 more death traps? They're cheap and all, but should yeah, let's commit. Let's commit to investment. Okay, who is close to war with them? Soviets, Dutch and Germans. I'm at war with the Dutch and Germans. Oh, 9. I hate this. Well, at least the Dutch are helping in some sense. Right, if I begin invasion of the Comoros... Yeah, they still got their 1 battlecruiser just off Shanghai. Begin Comoros, then I'd have taken Madagascar by that point, then I can, yeah, just move across. I want to retake northeast China, then I want to see if I can get eastern China. Eastern China, or go after that large French fleet. You know, the large one with the 20-inch gunned ships. Yeah, do I want to do that, though? Do I want to do that? Avocado. What do you think? Should we try and go after the large French fleet? Mark III 13-inch guns. Right, you guys move there. Yeah, that's more heavy cruiser stuff. Yeah, we're committed to the death traps. That's a funny statement. Right, 2 more turns. 2 more turns. There's a fleet meeting. There's a fleet meeting with who? Oh. The Germans are sent a fleet. Oh, we lost Cyrenaica and we're about to lose Tunisia. Surprised the Ukrainian front has stalled, for the Germans at least. Good news is we're going to be retaking northeast China next turn. Yeah, you two are going to have to wait. The death traps are being, as I said, they're being our main focus right now with our construction yards. With 4 of them, they're going to be definitely the backbone of our large units. Okay, let's move you guys off Shanghai. So at least on the Asian side of things, the map is looking like it used to, which is good. I'm going to send Galawar down to help Furious and Clemenceau. They run in, if he runs into anything, well, slash, oh god damn it, but we'll see how it goes, how the cookie crumbles. Galawar has found Emile Baton. Well, it gives me time to stretch Galawar's legs and see how her new setup works. But she is nowhere near the same ship, exactly the same ship that the French gave us. First to that fact, bigger guns. add to that a tiny bit more speed, a completely redone superstructure. And Emil Batan's one of those ones, the light cruisers. Okay. But Batan can actually run away if things get too bad for her. Galois can't. To the southeast, I think the Emil Batan's running. My senses tell me she's running, but they also tell me she's going to turn back. So, yep. She indeed turned back, as predicted. Should have kept running. Okay, Emil Batan has launched torps, so begin a torpedo evasion maneuver. And the Batan sinks. Okay, we gained the Comoros, which means now I want to go and deal with this pesky little destroyer. I want to deal with that pesky little destroyer, and Galois going to join in if she can. Right, we're going to start on Eastern China now. And I think, as well, now would be the good time for allies, first off, but second off. Oh, this is going to be fun. Galois and Furious are going to go after one of Galois' sister ships. Just the only difference is Galois is in a lot better technical state now than her sister ship. Only thing is Clemenceau is going to be a non-combatant in this. And Furious, you're going to be stuck behind the 22-knot Galois in a normal distance formation, because I didn't want that happening, but it happened. Will the Furious please just slow down? Why? Game, why? Yeah, Furious, slow down. Hold your horses. Galois, you're good. Furious, you're not good. Yeah, full 22. Oh, 21 and a half, sorry, but... Okay. Come on. Load back in. Thank you. There it is. We've opened fire now. They closely follow with their own open fire. Okay, torps were just launched, so... Yep. I think this is going to be a structure kill. It was a structure kill, yes. Have fun in Davy Jones' locker. Uh-oh. Yeah, Ukraine's fallen. What have the French sent? Oh, they have a light cruiser and... Oh, Dutchman has a battle and German has a battle cruiser there as well. Right, I do not want that fleet coming after me, so I'm gonna go up that way. Leave that fleet alone. But I found where their larger fleet's gone. Well, if it's leaving my invasion force there alone, then good. Tonkin is somehow not fallen yet. Which is an honest surprise, considering it's got a home province invaded into it. I'm just hoping that with a whole bunch of victories I get, that I could potentially... Thanks, Japan. Okay, so it's only a light cruiser, the Katana, but well, every little helps. And I'm going to wait to see if the German fleet decides they want to do an invasion. Well, this ain't a fair fight for the enemy, so... Alvarez leads a charge of battle cruisers. Meanwhile, you got Sepultura. Yeah, there's a couple of destroyers as well, but honestly, what a couple of destroyers going to do other than run away because they're going to get killed if they don't. Oh, and one of your heavy cruisers are here, Avocado. That's if you're still here, Avocado. Katana. Yep. I think someone on Katana has just... quite a few people on Katana have seen what's heading towards them and have pooped their pants. Because they've just realised that they have decided to full send charge into a large fleet that can kill them with one well-placed salvo. Which this heavy cruiser alone has already killed a couple of Katana's brethren. Yet Katana sunk. Hardly any additional damage was done to my ships, which is good. We're still losing transports, yes, but do I really want to? That German force there is being an issue. Going to be an issue. Yep, I'm gonna wait to see what the fleets there do. Well, then go to sleep if you need to. Well, we're in 1930 now. This is the longest any of my Great Game campaigns has lasted. The longest any of them have lasted, and probably the most... This is probably the most interesting campaign that has reached the 1930s, in terms of, like, interesting events that are going on. Because of our mounting problems with France, the Germans, the Dutch, among other things. Like the fact as well we're still using pre-Dreadnoughts. As well in the 30s, which I've not really done before. Or at least to the scale of it being battleships. I've done it before with heavy cruisers. Need I remind you of the ship of Theseus cruisers from the Chinese campaign? Ah yes, those things didn't know if they wanted to identify as a 9-inch cruiser or an 8-inch cruiser, nor did they know if they wanted to identify with secondary guns, without secondary guns, with different tower options, different funnel options, entirely redone insides on multiple occasions. A lot of them with battle damage as well. It's probably their entire hulls have been changed out at one point or another. Yeah, that was a fun campaign. If I do say so myself. But honestly, in terms of the ships we've done, the amount of work we've been able to do despite our limited resources, I'd say this is probably the best, my favourite campaign so far. Well, Tonkin finally fell. Got a couple turns on you, a few more turns left on you. You're failing now because we actually have help. You're actually succeeding, which is bad. Bad for me. Right. Yeah. That was a quicker loading screen than normal. It's good news for us. No, I'm not agreeing. I'm not agreeing to admit defeat to the Germans just yet. Okay, Gallowar and Clemson and Furious have found a couple ships. Couple light cruisers, which honestly think we're going to make quick work of them, but you never know, stranger things have happened. Clemenceau and Furious, this time you guys are going to be separate but together for once. I'm going to let Clemenceau actually fight this time. Void Torpedo is on, although the Void Torpedo will only work for Furious because, well, the lead ship still follows the orders that the commander gives, the commander being me. To the south now. Okay, Clemenceau, this is your one time to shine. I do want to at some point, later this episode as well, make the Alfonso de Albuquerque using one of the newer hulls. Ooh. They sent torpedoes, the buggers. Oh. Oh. This is what I get for sending Clemenceau into a fight. She's not built for this. Punishment. Furious took a torpedo. Yeah, Furious took a torpedo. Clemenceau is so weak on her armor scheme that a bloody light cruiser is killing her with guns. I think we're having that problem with Furious right now as well because of Furious's torpedo hit. Oh, come on, Galloir. You're our last hope. Who knew that 2 light cruisers was all that was needed to bring this formation to its knees? Well, that and a battle cruiser that should have never even have been sent out into combat. Being sent into combat. I need to, at some point, just sit down and go and make shared design. Oh, fun. Oh, fun, they made Clemenceau flash fire. Guess who's going home? For emergency repair. This entire fleet. Because of the Freyant. Because the Freyon and Gallet. I just had to go and open my mouth and say, should be easy. So yeah, Clemenceau and Furious are now gonna retreat. Retreat, I guess. Yeah, Freyant sinks. This entire formation, though, has got to go into port for repairs. Now, it's got to be into a port I know I ain't going to lose in 10 seconds' time. So... that port is going to be... up there in the Mediterranean. Wait, no, where did the other two get sent to? Where did you two just get sent to? Allied port. Gonna make suspension of repairs though, just so that we can get the death trap out. Death trap is gonna come out at Haichao, I guess. Or no, come out from Tsingtao. And we're gonna give France another major loss for them, and I'm not going to try and retake the African colonies anymore. I think we give France a peace deal, being honest. yeah, we take France to the peace table. I'm going to move the ships to there for now. Furious is in repairs now for a couple turns. You're in Tsingtao getting commissioned. So that's Death Trap 1. But yeah, I think right now the best situation is going to be peace out with the French. That was our initial set of peace talks, which we never turned up to because it was looking like a defeat for us at the time. Oh, we still have Angola with us. Oh yeah, we haven't scrapped any capital ships yet, to be honest. We did lose a few. Sorry, Magellan. Admiral too. And Alvarez. But we're still kicking with most of our capital ships. Only losing 3 so far. Hell, it's a lot better track record than most of my campaigns. So original Alvarez, Manuel 2 and the Magellan. I think those are our only capital ship losses. Okay, so the battle cruisers are being led there. Something's funny about having the only surviving original pre-Dreadnought lead the battle fleet. Okay, so you all run aggressive fire, you all run avoid torpedoes, and more importantly, you all start preparing to have to deal with the consequences that you may get torpedoed. But honestly, of the massive rebuilds that we've had to do so far, my favourite would have to be the Macaws. But yeah, the originals are my favourites, even if it has, for combat efficiency, made the Macaws weaker. For main guns, at least, because, yeah, they sacrificed the main turret for the new superstructure. Well, for the new superstructure and all the extra little goodies. But one thing they never got was more speed. That was deemed not necessary. Not necessary for a multitude of reasons. Least of which is actual weight involved with trying to what's the word? The weight involved with actually trying to get the speed up was taken up by all the other upgrades, so yep. We are now going to push to end hostilities with the French. As, yeah, I don't want to fight the French anymore. Fighting the French is just going to lead to death and pain. Well, more death and pain for me, which I don't want. So can we get peace in 1930? Well, peace with France in 1931 at least. Fleet meeting, please be with the Germans. Yep. We have to pay to take back our own province. I can't even afford their new battleships and stuff. I'm gonna take Richelieu and money. They just flat out refused to give me Richelieu and just took them and just gave me the money instead. Okay. So Furious is currently in port right now, so I'm going to send Furious in for repairs, refit, sorry. As, yeah, Furious I identified previously needs an upgrade. Let me back in the game. Thank you. I was checking Twitch chat and it wouldn't let me back in the game. Right. So, Furious's upgrades. It's going to be Bam, Bam, immediately. Bam, Bam. Balanced. There. Oh, look what's also available. Furious is getting the same treatment. Although Furious this time only needs a single funnel. Which is good. Furious gets her quarters updated, her range updated. No. Don't upgrade the range just yet because there's other stuff involving with the protection scheme. Okay. We are very lucky. We're very lucky that Furious didn't flash on us. She was running Dunite. You're still running stereo because stereoscopic is the way we're running here. Okay. 106 hull bulkheads and then the tower. Maybe go with a lesser tower then. Maybe the... I still want the one that doesn't add the secondary gun platform though, so have to be this one. No, I can't really move you. How heavy are you? 918. If I go with one of these modernization funnels instead, the lightest one, still decent engine efficiency, lighter weight. This secondary tower, regardless, is the lightest weight for the secondary tower we can get, so... Come on, what else can we throw out? Well, I kind of want to keep these towers, this tower in particular, because it's what we've done with the other modernizations, and so Furious's whole shebang is the 18-inch gun. But do I remove it and go to a more... So our 18-inch twins are 2,601 tons. Calculator. A piece. 2,601. 601, right? Just check. Yeah, 2601 times by 2. So it's 5,214. Just going to put that number there as a reminder. So if I go twin 16, bring it up to the same armor, 16, 16, 4. That is roughly 1,950. So 1950 times by 3. So 3 twin turrets would actually be more weight, but then we are considering these things are actually at lower weights than actually said here, but thinking, do I do Furious dirty like this? Yes. But can I fit a forward barbette? Because it's still 10% over. Because I was thinking forward barbette, if I could do it forward barbette wise, I'm not ruining Furious's thing, her. I'm going to run it differently. Furious is going to be down calibered. She's going to be down calibered, but she's going to be given more guns. Like, can we work with that? That was another bot. Right. Okay, fine. I'm trying to save weight, go down to twins. So that's what situation we're in now, is save weight. So yeah, twins on those. Come on. How much weight do I save going to a coincidence? 1%, but... Well, if we've removed her 18s, it means that she's not going to be going long range anymore, so... Increased AP... Standard ratio, that's going to lessen the weight further. And I think this one like so, and then if I can, no, they don't fit up there, so I was thinking fill up that platform with .5 inch, but no. Okay, what else is costing us money? Yeah, I'm gonna have Furious run on reduced ammunition. This is purely so then we can actually fit her with her new as much as I just hate it, the downgrade to 15s is really going to be the only way that Furious is going to live. Full stop. Full stop. As we couldn't fit it, fit the what do you call it, 18s with the modernization nor upgrades. So essentially, Furious has now become renowned. And I'm going to make a new ship. And this new ship is going to be a twin 18-inch armed capital ship. We're gonna not have Furious's guns go to waste. Well, we're gonna say they're Furious's guns, just as it roleplay wise makes sense, although game wise, actual and game wise, it's not Furious's guns. We don't have Furious's guns in storage or anything. Got you, but I don't really want to use you. Mod Dreads we already identified as a no-go, so... Oh, this is the one where we can't easily we can technically superimpose, but it don't hit the turrets. This is just great. So, advanced modernized Dreadnought. Maybe that'd be the hull we use, because yeah. Okay, I realise now what I hated about that hull. I actually think it's going to be more fitting if the new battlecruiser uses it. Like, more fitting to Furious and Furious's previous... being the previous ship to hold the 18-inch guns. If it is another fast capital ship, which in this case is going to be a 34 knot battle cruiser. Right, let's oil good turbines to balance boiler it, and we can do it on the one French funnel. It honestly looks... It's honestly weird having the French funnel on what I think is essentially a hood hull. We're going to run 45,000 tons. And we're running with Furious's guns. Furious's original main guns and the two backup pairs, essentially. So could actually the low profile work? If so, that'd be a little easier on me. Yeah, the low profile works. So, but honestly, it's a good segue having technically Furious's old guns to work with for having our first proper 18-inch armed capital ship. All the 7s look good. 7s are in the Italian style secondary gun. Now, but yeah, no, the 7 ain't gonna fit. I'm gonna go 5-inch like we've always done. Move you guys forward a bit, and then behind that water break is going to be a 5-inch gun there. And then 3.1s come back and are going to be embedded in the superstructure bits that take the 3.1s. Is there a possibility? Just the distinct possibility, please. Seriously? That would have been perfect. The perfect place for them. Another sort of perfect place for them is actually there. Yeah, we're going to run a set of quads. a set of quad torpedoes there instead of 5s. Honestly, there's some stuff that could have been...
There is enough water if you want another drink, Kate.
Thank you, Dad! There. The Cordi. Krupp. The Barbet. Yes. Yeah, this is honestly turning out to be a really decent capital ship in my opinion. I quite like it. I'm probably going to have to make some sacrifices when it comes to us finally armouring her, but we'll see. Because you're running with Furious's old, essentially her old set, the 6642 layout, 3-8, 3-2-1, 3-2-1. For splinter proofing, we actually fit it. We do have crammed crew quarters, which honestly I don't want, so I'm gonna go 33 knots for the extra crew quarters instead. Live for not for long. I'll do your battleship alongside the class here. I just need the name now. Brazilian ship names. I already used Amazon. Avocado, do you have a... Yeah, you can. Do you have a name recommendation for this? Hold on a second. Yeah, I can't think of a name. Because I do not want this being just the Q class. No one would treat us seriously if this is called the Q class. Actually, I've got a better idea. This is with the guns from Furious. So Yes, I did mean glorious. This is going to be essentially the translation to glorious, and in keeping with the trend that I've done with furious, I'm doing the masculine spelling. There we go, the glorious. Glorious. Okay, and then what was your design? ABY 16 inch. It's ABY 16 quads, right? Yeah, ABY 16 quads. And it's gonna have to be French hull again because, well, yeah, we only have the French hulls. Really. How much tonnage was it wanted again? 45,000. $45,000 but we have we cut the beam, so I didn't cut the beam for okay, let me first fit the guns in place, then it dictates to me what towers we can actually use. So I want Light Modern 3 because I think Light Modern 3 fits a funnel on her, doesn't it? Yes, it does. You fit a funnel, and then Light Secondary 3 it's too big. Too big. Compact. Right. So that's that part of the layout done. I'm gonna get the name mid-quarters, mid-bulk. I'm gonna put mid-range for now, and I'll double check what the range was meant to be later. Yeah, that's what I'm looking through. Oh, 50,000. Okay. Go an extra. Yep, 17. I'm seeing that now. So Super 2, right? Conning 18. In is a 321s. So AON 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So it's pretty much same as fleet speed. Newsflash, we don't have a fleet speed right now. So I'm gonna put 30 knots instead. 30 knots instead is, well, again, we don't have one. Oh, this is definitely our fleet speed. situation, so it's quad 8 in there, and let's see if we can actually do that. There as well, we can, which is good. Five-inch quads in the cutout. I'm going to do a bit more than just the cutout, but sorry that it's kind of like that, but now I'll just do there and there for 5-inch, if that's okay. AON 19. Okay, you can only go up to 18. To account for that, though, I'm going to give you a 6-inch extended 15. Can I use a shorter barbette? I can see if I can use a shorter barbette. Have to be that one. Yeah, I can use it. Although that's the shortest we can use. $15 was 1.5-inch extended. Right. Now I'm just gonna do. Yeah, it was 1.5 extended. Inners there. 19, 5, 8, 2, and this is probably going to be as close to 8 as I can get, which is 3.5. 5-inch, I'm just going to. Yeah, I can only do up to 2.2, so 2-inch. I don't think I can add 5s there. No. I can't add 5s to the platforms. Oh, do you mean like either side like this? Right. Okay. So that's everything, right? Min, beam, normal draw, fleet speed. 5 inches does need to be quads. With what you've said. Bollocks. Nope, can't do that for the secondary tower area. Ooh. your range finding. Did that. Okay, so we got all the equipment on. Now we just need to... Actually, you're a ship that's more suited to stereo, so I'm going to go stereoscopic. Cordite. Yeah, let's get all this bit now covered. Oh, bollocks. Shells. Come on, shells. And then there as well. Ooh, that's... No, I can't. The 5-inch don't fit the circle things. We need to hurry this up. What to sacrifice, what to sacrifice, what to sacrifice. Balance rudder. 52. Gah. That's somewhat worked but hasn't worked. Oh, come on. Come on, you. Nope. 55 has made the situation worse, so... Come on. Come on, game. Right. That's helped. Can I put you a little closer? Yep, I can. Move you a little closer. Move that quad 5 set into there. Hey there, you, the sad face, come on to my place. Right. There. Or 29 knots. There. Is that gonna work? Please tell me quick, I need to end the stream. Right. Yeah, Alfonso de Albuquerque, done. That's going to be the end of the stream. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all again. Sound service going silent. I'm now going to go save the game.